Hello, welcome to HunterTuned. Today we're starting off in the junkyard and just looking at a bunch of LS motors here. Like I said, if you guys haven't seen any of my older junkyard videos, there is 5.3s and 4.8s everywhere out here. I mean, just everywhere. So I'm snagging a bunch of injector clips so I can sell some more injectors. I actually got some orders and I'm out of clips, so I had to come up here and grab some injector clips. So yeah, also I grabbed a 4-port steam vent. So this guy right here connects all the cylinder heads together and then comes off for this to go to the radiator. So I got that guy. These only come on like older ones, I think, like 99 and 2000 come with the 4-port, and then like the newer ones, newer than 2000, come with just the 2 front ones connected, and then the 2 back ones are blocked off. I don't know why they did that, but I'm gonna go with the 4-port. If I'm gonna do this, I'm going all the way. I'm gonna get all 4 connected together like this one, and I'm gonna see if this alleviates my overheating issue. But I did end up finding a coolant leak on the lower radiator hose this morning, so that very well could be why my car is overheating, and maybe is the reason I'm getting air pockets in the system, because I have a little small leak. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this stuff up and we'll get out of here. Okay guys, so I'm back in the garage now and I'm about to tear into the Mustang again. And I noticed, like I said, it has a little bit of a coolant leak because I had it full when I went to bed last night, and I came back out this morning and there is a puddle of coolant under the car. So I traced the leak to the bottom hose, and I actually have a coupler joining 2 pieces of junkyard radiator hose together, and that coupler is leaking. So I'm going to have to replace that, get that not leaking again, and I'm going to install that 4-port steam port right here that I picked up from the junkyard. So to do this job, I'm going to have to remove the intake manifold so I can easily get at the steam port plugs and install them. So I'm just going to rip off, you know, my wiring harness here. So we got the TPS sensor, the throttle cable, just bolt it on here, and then unplug my fuel injectors and unbolt the intake manifold. Pretty simple. I've done this job probably 10 times already, and it takes me about 5 minutes. So I'm going to rip the intake manifold off and get the steam port hooked up. Alright, so I got my intake manifold ripped off the motor, and as you can see, I currently have the 2 front steam ports connected, but there's no port coming off of it to vent anything. I just have it welded shut. And then the back, I have just 2 block-off kits that come with these motors factory. I think on like the newer generation stuff, they realized they didn't need to do the 4-port, because a lot of times the motors in the trucks and stuff, they sit at an angle, so the front is where the air is going to come out anyways. But since it's in my Mustang and the motor's a little bit more level, I'm probably just going to hook up the 4-port like I said, and hopefully alleviate some of these issues that I'm having. Alright, so we got the steam port all hooked up here. As you can see, it just connects the cylinder heads all together, and then the vent is right here. So now I'm just going to throw everything back on, intake and all that, and then we'll worry about routing the hose to where I'm going to run it. Okay guys, so I actually got the radiator hose on the bottom all sealed up. I actually got a barb fitting that's like a 1.25 inch outer diameter, so it fits in the hose a lot better than what I had in there, which this is just like a small piece of pipe, and it was kinked a little bit, so I think that's why it was leaking. And the clamp was also loose, so I fixed the lower hose. That one's all good to go now. Now I cut the top hose, and I got this steam port. I got this little hose here off of the steam port, and I'm going to run it into the top radiator hose. That way I don't got to drill my water pump. And I actually just went to the store and I bought a, this is like a threaded pipe fitting or something, and it fits inside of the hose. The threads will give me some traction to clamp down onto, and then I just drilled and tapped it for 1/8 inch pipe thread, and I put this barb fitting in here, and yeah, so this will just go in the top hose like so, on both sides, just like that, and then my steam vent line will hook into it like so. So hopefully this alleviates more issues if I had them, and yeah, we'll get this all buttoned up. Then I'm going to fill this thing up with coolant and see if I got any leaks again. So, I got some bad news. I hooked up the steam port. Everything is good to go. The car's not losing coolant anymore. But although everything is good, I drove it for a while. And same scenario. It still overheats after like 20 minutes of driving. And it'll come up to like 200 degrees and it'll sit there for a little while. And then it'll slowly just creep up to like 220. So I'm thinking that it might be the radiator that is the problem now, just because some people say that this is like a different flow radiator. I don't know, maybe that could be it, where I need to hook up the bottom hose to the top of the LS and then the top of the Mustang radiator to the bottom of the LS, if that makes any sense. I don't know, a lot of guys are telling me just to get like an F-body radiator, and that might help. But, I mean, I've done literally everything at this point, guys. And I did everything last year, too. But I figured I'd be able to fix it. But I guess not. I might actually have to buy a radiator for it. Or get a bigger fan or something. Or a better fan. But the problem is I don't have a whole lot of room to put a fan on here because of the frickin' intercooler pipe here. I barely can fit this fan here. Which is, I mean, probably 3 inches here, and then maybe 4.5 at the center, inches deep. But I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so kind of sucks, kind of bummed out. I didn't film anything driving. I actually had to help Michael I had to help Michael with his car, and we got his car running and stuff, and I didn't bring my camera with, so I apologize. But I figured I would get this video up for you guys and show you that the steam ports didn't do a damn thing. And it was probably just fine the way I had it, but at least now I know that the steam ports are hooked up and everything is plumbed properly. But like I said, it didn't make any difference. So that leads me to think it is a radiator or something like that, but I don't know. I'll have to pick up on this thing in another day whenever I get some money and I can actually buy a radiator, or maybe a different cooling fan I might try, because these fans don't really push a whole lot of air. I mean, usually with a good cooling fan, you can feel the air like up here, and you have to like feel right next to the fan to even feel any air moving. So that could be another issue. Yeah. So sorry if this video was a little bit boring, guys, but I at least showed you how to hook up a steam port on your swapped LS vehicle, and hopefully it was helpful for somebody. And for whatever reason, if you guys have issues with the steam port, let me know. I would like to know if you actually have a true solution to your problems. But the steam port, in my case, did not fix a damn thing. Like I said, I still have my cooling issues, so that didn't fix it. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end the video here, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'm actually going to be tuning a Turbo Del Sol, I think it is. It's a very nice car, built-up motor, good turbo, all that shit. So subscribe, hit the bell so you guys can see that video when I post it, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and we will see you tomorrow.